So, on the More to Us podcast today, we're going to be talking about one of the only guys that you could ever just make a discography for his diss tracks alone.
Yeah, I know we talk about him a lot, but good old Eminem.
Yeah.
I don't know how many diss tracks he has. I know we jotted down a few. We have over 10. You can make an entire album of diss tracks, plus having an album filled with diss tracks.
So we'll start with that. Kamikaze, full of disses. MGK got it. Vince Staples, DJ Academics.
Charlamagne the God got it. Tyler the Creator got it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
So you have all of these iconic diss tracks, really. I mean, the guy's given us some of the best.
Real quick, 153 total disses on Kamikaze.
Wow. Joe Budden.
Oh.
Tell Joe Budden to snap it. Before I tell him the closest thing he's had to hits is smack him.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it, but listen to it.
Fall.
Lord Jamar.
Yeah. Everybody.
He almost got a full 16 out of him.
Nobody was off limits.
Right.
Obviously Donald Trump.
And then we have some guy who took 4 years to come up with one 10-minute track and then wonders why he doesn't get an immediate response.
It wasn't one 10-minute track. Nick Cannon dropped 4 diss tracks. Who are we talking about?
I'm not even going to name him right now. He was on my underrated rappers list, and then he went and did that.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not going to name him.
We're on the same page.
Yeah, so, I mean, once again, this goes back to his, just walk down to the middle of the ring, grab the mic.
Mm-hmm.
He said, my heavyweight title is on the line. Who wants it? Come and get it. And almost nobody wanted it. People were happy.
The people who claim they want it, they don't want it. They want the fame and attention that comes with it.
Right.
MGK,
so I'm talking to you.
Yeah,
you
fuck
completely left the rap game after that. You have made almost strictly rock music.
Punk rock music. Did grab him a baddie somehow. Not sure how that happened. But
and then again, you know what? This isn't even about him. Kill shot.
Shot. Transition. Let's transition now. So Kamikaze is an album filled with nothing but disses, not diss tracks, but just mad disses. Let's get into some diss tracks. Kill Shot obviously
comes to mind.
Everybody knows Kill Shot.
Almost 500 million views on YouTube as of making this video.
Yep.
Half a billion views, or half a billion views on YouTube for a guy who was 47, 48 at the time.
Yeah. 2018, yeah, 48. I don't know. Old.
Yeah. So I mean, it's amazing that he's had the longevity that he's had. We've talked about this before. But, I mean, this is a guy that no matter who you are, whether you're at the top of the game, whether you're in another lane, we're here to talk about no man's land, I guess. Yeah. You don't want to come into the field of vision of Eminem.
Nope.
The last thing you want to do is stumble in that man's way as he's aiming. And these are not just diss tracks. These are no Vaseline.
These are career ending. There's a reason you haven't heard of these people level diss tracks.
One of my favorite comments on one of them, I forget which video it is, somebody commented, Eminem is the reason why I know who Ja Rule is, and Eminem is also the reason I don't know who Ja Rule is.
Mm-hmm. It's facts.
I mean, this is a guy that has given it to people who weren't rappers. He's given it to other rappers. Ja Rule was at the top of the game and decided to mess with M and 50. And they shut that down.
People like to forget that because obviously a lot of people nowadays don't remember that time. They probably were either in diapers or...
One of our co-hosts, Eli, who's not here with us right now, was probably about 2 or 3 when some of these came out. And he doesn't realize, how big Ja Rule is. I was actually listening to Ja Rule back in the day, and I kind of wondered why he never had music after that. I wasn't an M fan at the time. We've talked about this before. It took me almost a decade and a half later to become an Eminem fan. But you have a guy who just Mariah Carey walked in his way. You have the warning.
Yeah. Let's throw out the diss track names. So we just mentioned Ja Rule, Hail Mary, when M gets 50 and Busta Rhymes, because apparently Ja said some shit about 50 and Busta Rhymes. So Eminem just got them all on a track.
Right.
And then obviously Ja Rule is the Tupac imposter, and Eminem hops on there and does the Tupac flow.
Almost to a T.
Yeah.
One of my favorites is an Eminem diss track that he doesn't even rap on. I believe it's Haley's Revenge.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't even
He brings his boys out. And Haley, his daughter.
Like, they come out and handle his business for him. And it wasn't like, hey guys, can you go handle this? He could lyrically handle it. And they were like, no, let us ride for you. We got this one. Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. John Benzino, both. What's the one he has for Benzino?
Well, first of all, Benzino probably fell off the most of all these. I don't think Eminem ended anyone like he did Benzino. Nail in the
maybe
coffin.
Ja, but
maybe Ja, but Benzino's right up there then. Nail in the coffin.
yes,
Yeah, that's the.
yeah. He definitely, because I believe that's the one where he
Obviously,
says like,
and then the invasions.
he'd throw out his back if he went to lift me. He said, "And we fall and we both be history. Get your wish." He'd be all over the street like 50 Cent. Which bar, right there. He's talking about change on the ground, but he's also talking about how 50 Cent is in the streets like that.
Mm-hmm.
The invasion, where I believe both Benzino and Ja Rule get it.
I believe so. 3-parter.
Which I think they get better. 1 to 2, 2 to 3. And
when Eminem starts rhyming sounds with words,
yeah, it's impressive how like lyrically insane he is and will go on a track. Then I mean, Cannabis got it with Cannabitch.
Mm-hmm. He does a callback to that on that Conway the Machine song, "Bang."
Yeah.
Back when I smoked cannabis.
Yeah. Somebody who's never gotten an individual diss track, but has been dissed quite a bit, Nick Cannon.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
My favorite Nick Cannon diss from Eminem, sorry to cut you off, is Lord Above.
Yes.
I let her chop my balls off too before I lost a eunuch.
Yeah. Bar. Which, if you don't know what a eunuch is, go watch Game of Thrones. They make jokes about Lord Varys.
Mm-hmm.
You'll figure it out real quick. If you couldn't tell from that bar what it is. So, I mean, this is... And in the warning, he says something like, "You're going to ruin my career, better get one." Like, the guy just...
Coming at Nick Cannon.
Yeah. This is while he's literally just killing Mariah Carey. Because she put out, what is that, Obsessed or whatever?
She thought she was embarrassing Eminem. I don't think she understands that you can't embarrass Eminem.
Yeah, this is a guy...
He will make fun of himself.
Right. He has for his whole career, so it's funny that she tried to put that up. But
in the warning, he throws out so much of his own personal garbage, it leaves nothing for her to say back.
And one of the most impressive parts of that, I think diss tracks are a lost art form. Like, you really got to come on a diss track.
Yeah.
With the subtweeting nowadays, people want to put context into it. They want to put the subtext in there, and they want to leave it to the fans to figure out, like, oh, they did this. This is a guy that would put your name in the diss track. It's up there with Ether, No Vaseline, some of the greatest diss tracks of all time. And this guy just, whoever stepped in his way was going to get it. Everlast. Never even heard of Everlast.
So I've heard of Everlast. like I told you, they do have a fan base, but it's very niche. Is it niche? Yeah, very niche fan base.
But they got Everlast got two.
Yeah, I mean Eminem even put out a song pretending to sing, compose his song just like Everlast, and he did it better. What's he say? I can sing better than you. I can probably play a guitar better than you, even though I've never strung a string. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's gonna give you, and like when you go back and listen to these, they really still have playback value.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm somebody who loves No Vaseline. I listen to it all the time. It's downloaded on my phone. Ice Cube went insane on that, and like almost every single Eminem diss track channels that No Vaseline energy.
Absolutely.
Like even Killshot, like Killshot came in response to Rap Devil. If you've never heard Rap Devil, it's a good song. It's a good song.
Yeah.
But it's not a good diss track. First of all, he got a lot of facts wrong in there. Notably,
you can't be having that. Yeah, the 3 albums, 4 albums.
Yeah. And so like, and then you're making fun of a guy who when he's like read the dictionary. Like, first of all, Eminem's command of the English language. Like, there are not many people I would consider to be a wordsmith, as in a version of a blacksmith who can create something from metal and do that. The man is a wordsmith. He can take words and literally like make them into different formats and make them fit. He will, not to mention, he'll murder you on your own beat. He'll take
countless times. He even did that to T Grizzly.
Yeah.
Eminem and T Grizzly, they were having a light beef. T Grizzly said some shit that he probably shouldn't have. And they were both on Big Sean's Friday Night Cypher. T Grizzly went first. Had a pretty weak. I mean, I thought he was a pretty weak verse. It was okay.
I liked it.
Yeah, like it wasn't anything special.
Right.
I didn't dislike it. But the beat changes for pretty much every artist throughout the entire song. And Eminem comes back on and brings back that first beat. And you know he did that shit on purpose.
Right. This is a guy that just nonstop will go at anybody at any time. If you want to go toe to toe, he's with it. One of my favorites is Haley's Revenge.
Ja Rule, I love when he's talking to Haley.
Yeah.
Hey Haley, go get Daddy's Oscar so we can shove it up Ja Rule's ass.
And if you don't know who Ja Rule is, don't bother looking him up.
You may have seen him in Too Fast, Too Furious. He wrecks his car. He's screaming for Monica because if he won the race, he got both chicks. He lost the race, he got none. As he wrecks his car, he's like, Monica! Shit's hilarious.
So this is a guy that was literally like making a huge career for himself. And I think he still raps, but is totally irrelevant now.
All I know is that 50 Cent's buying out his concerts.
Yeah, that was funny.
So he can perform alone.
And when you look at it, these are beefs that have transpired. I mean, Nick Cannon's still getting it.
I was about to say, once you open up that floodgate, you get it for the rest of Eminem's career. Whenever he has something that rhymes with your name, you're now on limits. I can use this. I can say whatever I want to say about you.
Right.
For the entire time that he remains rapping, you're on the table. Part of the buffet.
And there are in a variety of beats too. Like you got Bully, Quitter. Bully is Ja Rule, I believe.
Quitter's Everlast.
Yeah, and then you have I Remember, which is Everlast's own like kind of beat. Yeah, and he gives it to him on there. This is a guy that has gone at ICP, the Backstreet Boys, NSYNC. Like when he says, I forget what song. I think it's on the real Slim Shady when he says like, "I'm all out of Backstreet Boys to call out an attack. Now I'm out of sync," or something.
Yeah, I can't remember the song. It is off Mather's LP. Also, in The Way I Am, I'm not Mr. Friendly. I'm not Mr. NSYNC. I
Not
may
what
have
your friends think.
may have messed it up, but yeah, he hated the boy bands back in the day, and then it transitioned into shitty rappers, and then it turned it into wannabe rappers, as in Lil Pump, Lil Xan, because they imitate Lil Wayne. So he just decided to come at everybody in the game. Pick a name.
He's fed up with being humble.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a guy that has gone platinum in 4 different decades. You can say what you will about him. Say what you want. Like, oh, he's got a white fan base.
What's the bar? Even when I'm putting out garbage.
Oh, I can still get the bag when I'm
Yeah.
putting garbage out.
Yeah.
Like, so this is a guy that, first of all, has respect almost top to bottom in the rap game. And the fact that, like, MGK, who at his best, you know what? I'm not even gonna give my opinion. I'm just gonna quote what that man said. When he says, "I'm gonna have to give him my sandals."
Oh,
Gosh, what is
I'll
that
give
bar?
him my flannel, or I'll give him my sandals, because as he knows, as long as that he lives, he's gonna have. I don't know, something about living in my shadow.
Because his flops, my flops are your greatest
Yeah,
hits.
my biggest flops are your greatest hits.
Right, like this is a guy that once you stumble into his path, and all you really have to do is just stay out of his way. That's all you really got to do. You don't have to give him
Don't
respect.
get caught in the crossfire.
You don't have to give him respect. He knows he's earned it at this point, but like he doesn't. First of all, he respects the hustle. When you go out there and you make good music, he'll shout you out.
Mm-hmm.
And he does.
Hobson.
Yeah, Hobson, an amazing
Hobson
rapper.
is so slept on. He's got a song with Young M.A. He's got a song with Joyner Lucas. You can't tell me he doesn't shout
Kendrick
people
Lamar.
out. Yeah, in 2013. Not
This-
Kendrick Lamar now.
Yeah. And I mean, he shouts out J. Cole.
Yeah.
So, like, if you put out quality stuff, he's not going to come for you. But the moment that you know, and once again, going back to what's his face, who gave him a 10-minute weak track. I mean, it makes it hard because, like, everybody wants the pinnacle of beefing with Eminem.
Yeah.
That will boost your numbers like crazy. If you can get that man to rival you a little bit. The problem is he's more than definitely going to end your rap career.
Mm-hmm.
So please understand. Mariah Carey makes Christmas music now. Let's be clear about that. Mariah Carey was at the top of, I don't even know what genre that is.
R&B,
And
pop,
probably
pop.
R&B pop music. And now we know Mariah Carey best for Christmas music.
Yep.
People don't listen to Obsessed. I mean, it's catchy. Cool. This is a man that song in, song out is going to, just going to wreck people.
You know how pissed off they probably get? They had beef with Eminem 15 years ago. They're chilling in their couch, playing with their kids, and they get a notification on their phone. Eminem disses so-and-so. They're like, what the fuck? What now?
I didn't even do anything.
Yeah, you know how annoying that has to be because you made a stupid decision 15
Back
years
in the day.
ago. Yeah.
And
Hey, that's the consequence.
some of these are 20 years old.
Yeah.
Like, Ja's still getting it. That beef is 2 decades old now.
Yeah.
Our co-host was like barely born at the time when this all happened, and Ja Rule, in case, like, whatever, Ja need Ja memories, jarred like apricot jelly, pineapple and apricot jelly. Like, he's just gonna come for you. It doesn't matter. And he even says,
He won't use
who
the
is
subliminal,
Nora
so
Jones?
Fuck won't sneak this.
So, like, you don't need to be in his lane. Elton John got it. So when you look at it, this is a guy that, top to bottom, his diss tracks are amazing. To be honest, everything on that list Hail Mary, Haley's Revenge, Kill Shot, Bully. Like they're all amazing.
Yeah, and we were gonna do a best ranking, list them, in order from 1 to whatever. You can't really do that.
You can't.
It's what we chose to do. I believe is what's best. Just talk about them.
Yeah.
Because they all bring something new to the table. They're all coming at someone else, ending someone else's career.
And I mean,
no one else has a collection like this of diss tracks.
Yeah. And if they do,
Not
some of
not
them are
high
definitely
quality
weak.
ones. Yeah, not like this.
Right? Like,
this man's never lost.
yeah. And this is a guy that has had respect for 25 plus years in the rap game. Right? Like, Dr. Dre, for the people who can't or are new to rap, and I mean that by, like, you've only been listening for 15 years maybe. Maybe that's your whole life. I don't know. But Dr. Dre was huge. Dr. Dre was huge. For Dr. Dre to give him the cosign that he did, you can't... It's undeniable. 50 gives him respect. 50's one of the best rap. I put Get Rich or Die Trying is one of the best rap albums of all time. It is an amazing album.
You have to.
And him and 50 make Patiently Waiting, which is also kind of a diss track in its own right. They killed it. I don't know.
What is better, Patiently Waiting or Gatman and Robin?
To me, Gatman and Robin.
Okay.
But it's only because
answer.
it's like the Shady.
He becomes
Patiently
the beat.
Waiting
He becomes
is
the
Eminem
beat in Gatman and Robin.
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's that old school Batman. No. And it's hard to decipher what is the beat and what is Eminem.
Right. And I mean, you go listen to some of these diss tracks, and his flow on these beats is unfathomable. Lyrics are insane.
Always.
He's
That's
aggressive.
That's the standard.
And like, what do you say? What do you say? This guy just murdered careers. He was known for it. He is known for it. Like I said, he sent MGK to rock music. MGK, the guy's name is Machine Gun Kelly. That's a rap name if I've ever heard it. And he makes songs like Blink 182. He's like a shitty
he's like
Blink 182 now. Yes. Oh, exactly. Just a little bit different genre.
Yep.
A little bit different genre. He sent him packing. And this is, I mean, this
the
is...
man does. That's what he does, though.
Like, and then you listen to, I can't remember if it's I believe it's off the MMLP, but when he talks about, like, I don't need help from D12 to beat up two females who try to scratch me with clean nails, talking about ICP. Like, this is a guy who, it didn't matter what you were, where you were, he was coming for you.
Yeah.
And with a road dog like 50 to back you.
And all of D12.
In G-Unit at the time. If you don't know how big G-Unit was, it was absolutely huge.
Mm-hmm.
They had a sneaker deal with Reebok. I think 50 was one of the first rappers to get a sneaker deal. So, like, we're praising Travis Scott for his sneaker deal. He's literally following in the literal pathway that Eminem paved. Mm-hmm. Without Eminem, you probably don't have 50 the way you do, because
I don't think Dr. Dre is looked at as he is either. You can't tell me all these kids the past 20 years would be obsessed and love Dr. Dre without Eminem.
Oh, for sure.
Like, not giving Eminem credit for Dr. Dre's success, but just for the new era of listeners.
For sure.
They wouldn't be as knowledgeable or know him like they do. Dre beats would not exist. So.
Yeah, I mean, so this is a guy who, when you stepped into his pathway, Nick Cannon, you're still getting it. Mariah Carey, you're still getting it. Ja Rule, you're still getting it.
The Game, you suck. You ain't ever gonna get it.
I guess
You don't deserve
you know what?
it.
We'll talk about it now at the end of the video, the butt end of the video,
Mm-hmm.
because that was a joke.
It was it was so bad, man.
The
10
butt of
minutes
the
of
joke.
10 minutes of nothing. 10 minutes of him. What is that called? Looking for clout.
Right. I mean, and then not to mention he tried to do exactly what Eminem did, which was like take his beats and stuff,
But if you're gonna do that, you have to do it better.
and you have to come hard.
Yeah.
He came with this weak sauce of like white boy.
A weird Stan
Yeah.
take too. That is not the song to do that to.
It didn't feel right. We'll wait and see if Eminem gives him a reply. I doubt it. The Black Slim Shady kind of sucked.
You know, it was bad when Eminem fans don't even want a reply from Eminem.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
I feel like he ended it himself. You gave him a 10-minute track. Nobody else has tried to give him 10 minutes of verses.
If it's what, like you said, if it's gonna be 10 minutes, that has to be absolute gas.
And then,
It's gonna be nonstop heat.
I think he has a song that's 10 minutes long, and it's amazing. I believe it's called 100 Bars and Running.
Talking about the Game.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is a guy that could do it, and he just didn't. And it felt like it came at a point in his career when it could have used that revival.
He got a little
No
too,
pun intended.
He got a little too desperate, and his head got a little too big.
I mean, this is a guy who, back in the day, when he was beefing with 50, intentionally said he intentionally
Said it on
avoided
camera.
coming
Yeah.
at M
You don't wanna
because
come with
he
the white boy.
knew he would get the smoke.
His words, not mine.
Right. So to sit here and say, "Oh, I used to think Eminem was better than me," he's not.
What changed? Because he didn't get any better.
Yeah,
He hasn't
if anything,
made
the
any
game
noise
has
lately.
gotten worse.
I mean, obviously.
Like, and this is coming from a guy who used to be a fan. I used to be a fan. And it doesn't even have to do with the fact that he tried to disrespect him. It's just you came out after saying for years that when you and 50 were going at it, you didn't want it from him.
Yeah.
And this goes back to 2018. Yeah, that's when Kamikaze came out, right?
2018, that was an open invitation. Yes, sir.
So,
Anyone who wanted it could have came and gotten it. No one wanted it.
you know, you heard very little reply. And back to the Kill Shot. What did MGK do after Kill Shot came out?
Nothing.
Quiet.
Hey, but that's what the invitation was there, and MGK took it for whatever reason. But
you were busy popping
Eminem came
champagne
through.
bottles.
Yeah.
That
So
you-
excited that
you
your
beefed
favorite
with-
rapper name dropped you on a track.
Right, and it's like, oh, okay. And this is a guy that gets respect from Kendrick, J. Cole, like two of the best lyricists in the game right now,
The man gets respect from LL Cool J.
who, you know, made amazing music back in the day. So to sit here and act like Eminem hasn't ruined absolute careers, probably put a lot of stress on Mariah Carey and Nick Cannon's relationship, just completely probably obliterated Everlast and ICP,
Yep.
NSYNC, the Backstreet Boys fan base. You know, there was probably a lot of overlap in those fan bases.
There was probably a lot of backlash.
And he just murdered them.
Imagine seeing him in the tabloids in the magazine section when you're checking out at Kroger. People magazine. Eminem comes at Backstreet Boys. Again.
Right.
Who's next?
And I mean, you know, so this is a guy that has given it to everybody. And if you watch some of his early on videos, there's distinct parts of the video that he openly mocks. Like, you go watch D12's My Band. That is the end of that video is a strict diss on, I believe it's the Backstreet Boys. Might have been NSYNC. I can't even remember at this
One
point.
of them. Interchangeable.
Yeah. When they were dressed in all white. That is literally a shot at them. And, I mean, this is a guy that has made fun of himself. Oh, my gosh. I can't believe I forgot this. He dissed his own mom.
Oh, yeah.
He dissed his own mom. If you're in his family, you can get it. You're fair game.
His mom can get it. His wife can get it. His dad can get it.
Oh yeah. You can be blood relatives with Eminem and you're still not safe.
Yeah.
You know, like this guy just doesn't care. You step in his way, he's gonna get you. I mean, like I don't even know who Cannabis is. Cannabis was probably pretty big at the time. Probably not huge, but he was probably pretty big.
I'm not too familiar on him. I'm sure if we were around back then to be tuning in, maybe. But
and this might be a stretch, but I believe he's not. It wasn't like a subtweet, but that we've talked about it before. He kind of took a nod towards Travis Scott with that, and I don't do that sing-song bitch shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like he just doesn't.
That song is "Walk Through," Grip, and Eminem. If anyone's curious.
Yeah, amazing song. The lyrics in there are absolutely the finish to it.
And I don't use auto-tune, and all I do is spit, and this shit just bothers you.
Right. So, I mean, this is a guy who decade in and decade out has had beef with people and has never quit making songs about other people.
Mm-hmm. And there's plenty more diss tracks out there.
Oh yeah.
So.
We probably only touched on half of them. Once again, this video would be way too long if we went through everybody he's ever dissed. It's like what do you say when a guy comes at DJ Academics? DJ Academics doesn't even rap. The guy doesn't even make music. A lot of these people are musical artists that he's had problems with. Joe Budden was in a rap group with him. Well,
Joe Budden got a little disrespectful.
He did.
For no reason. He called Walk on Water, lead single off Revival, the worst rap song he's ever heard in his life.
He's obviously never listened to any of his own music.
Exactly what I was going to say.
Because the guy, if you haven't heard any of these diss tracks, I think some of the best are The Invasion Part 1, 2, and 3, Haley's Revenge, Hail Mary, Bully. And that's just to name a few. But if you were unsure if his diss tracks are like that, go back and listen to those. I think it's undeniable.
They're like that.
He's like that. They're like that. He's still like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like we said, Nick Cannon. When did what's the one he has with Fat Joe again?
Like 2017 and 18. After Kamikaze. Recently.
So it had to be 2018, 2019 then.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, the guy's still dissing people. And
once you're on limits, you're never off limits.
Right. Like, what do you say? What do you say when a guy is just attacking you? He will rip your entire career apart and destroy it. And not to mention, he'll put it on a catchy beat, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and some of these are dated beats. The Invasion Part 1 and 2 come to mind. But you go back and listen to them, they're undeniable. If you liked No Vaseline, if you liked Ether, these should be on your playlist, too. You should be checking these out.
For sure.
And, you know, hey, whenever he decides to diss somebody next, we will update this video. We will put out another one, and we'll talk about it a little bit more. But
fuck Benzino. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye-bye, Ja Rule. Whatever your career was, it's gone.
The Cookie Monster. We'll see you later.
But check out some of these.
I hope Ja Rule sees this video.
He probably will. Because he doesn't have anything better to do. He's not making great music anymore. But, you know, just check these out. Let us know what your favorite Eminem diss was. Diss track or just diss period. Whether it was a couple bars, whether it was a whole 16. Mm-hmm. Let us know. But check some of these disses out.
A lot of good ones.
Yeah. I mean, these are things that I listen to on the regular. I go back and listen to The Invasion all the time.
Mm-hmm.
as closing thoughts, we're going to see more, and we will update you guys on the new disses. But seriously, check them out. Let us know what your favorite diss was. We love to hear.
If there's one we missed, let us know.
Oh, yeah. Especially if it's something that should be on this list.
Yeah.
If it's something that should be on this list that we just forgot about, because there's a lot of them. We just went off the top of our heads when we made this video. Just let us know. We'd love to listen to it, first of all. Second of all, it will be in the updated version of this. Once we get a new album from M. M, where you at, buddy?
Yep.
So we'll see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in to the More to Us podcast.
Till next time, baby. I'm cutting that shit. Chopping it up. Did it not even...